Hi guys, I'm Mugundan and my teammate Tan from Harumanis is here to talk about case 34, which is conflict of interest. The ethical dilemma of this case is involving conflict of interest, professional integrity, fiduciary responsibility. And what is conflict of interest? When an engineer impartially is slandered or seems to be slandered by personal, financial, or business interests, there is a conflict of interest. Why conflict of interest is an issue, which is bias. First, bias in decision making. Personal benefits may take precedent precedence over technical quality and justice. A second one, legal and ethical violation. COI violates procurement law and professional codes such as IEEE and NSPE. Third one, public safety risk. In inadequate, inadequate, inadequate decision making leads to dangerous designs and malfunctions. Number four, for favoring competitors. This unjustly gives unfairness a leg up. How to handle conflict of interest? Refuse their friends' offer of cash to unhold their professional integrity. Second, to make the selection process fair, they must abstain from any decision about the contract bid. Number third, fos- foster transparency by making the bidding process fair, impartial, and free from undue interference. And number four, inform the concerned authorized. For the example, the project management committee or the government department in charge of the project about the conflict of interest. And lastly, com- comply with professional codes of ethics such as those promulgated by professional societies, example IEEE and NSPE, which strongly accentuate integrity, fairness, and civic responsibilities.
Next, I will talk about possible consequences of accepting the bribes. First and foremost, there are significant safety issues. If an unqualified contractor takes on a project, it can directly compromise the safety of the construction or operation, potentially endangering life. Moreover, the decision can also damage the professional reputation of all parties. This can lead to a loss of the public trust. The engineers and project managers may also face loss of engineering licensure, which can be career-ending. This can result in job termination, and in the most severe situation, there could be legal action, including criminal charge, which would take the matter to court. Lastly, I will like to talk about how can company prevent ethical conflicts in project bidding process. First, they should implement strict bidding policies. This means setting clear rules and procedures to ensure that all bidders compete fairly and that no one has an unfair advantage. Next is sure to ensure transparency. The entire selection process should be open and traceable. In addition, companies should introduce audit mechanisms. By conducting regular internal and external audits, they can detect unethical behavior early and take corrective action before issue escalate. Another key step is to conduct regular ethics training. Employees need to understand the company ethical standards and be reminded of the importance of integrity throughout the bidding process. Lastly, companies should enforce conflict of interest disclosure. Employee involved in bidding must declare any personal or financial interest that could influence their decisions to prevent biased outcome. That's all our presentation. Thank you.